SVG's Jason Dachman here with another episode of SVG SportsTech On Demand. I'm joined by Tod Musgrave, Director of Cameras at Marshall Electronics. You know them well for all the fun POV and unmanned cameras we see on all kinds of live sports productions. Tod, thanks so much for joining us today. First and foremost, where are you calling us from? And most importantly, is everybody safe and healthy on the Marshall team right now?
Absolutely. So we're in Los Angeles County. So we're one of the kind of busier epicenters, if you will, of the COVID-19 crisis, with proximity and with safer at home orders that we have to follow. Marshall is considered an essential business because we do a lot of camera, video, cabling, microphones, and medical research and hospital observation type scenarios. So, as well as remote learning, remote teaching, remote logging in for podcasting and that kind of thing, and entertaining. So we're considered an essential business. We have a skeleton crew here in Torrance, California, at our headquarters. We're still shipping product and developing and designing and testing. So
that's great. We'll get to some of your new toys in just a sec, but tell us a little more about that real quick. How are you kind of helping the medical industry, helping your customers in the broadcast industry, helping people higher demand for POV cameras? What role are you guys playing during the pandemic?
So it's really, and historically we've always been kind of 70-30 as far as broadcast Pro AV, 70%, 30% Pro AV and UCC, but UCC has been growing quite a bit for us. So we have a lot of our USB cameras, USB mics in the MXL line for Zoom, as we're doing now. But we also do a lot of medical research, medical cart. We just had a big project with the National Institute of Health. NIH is observing and researching COVID-19 patients. So they're using our CV355-30X-IP Zoom block camera as an IP solution in that observing, diagnosing, and medical research. So
that's great.
Video capture, as everybody's working from home, as most of us are, having that capture equipment obviously is essential.
Yeah, no question. Getting back to the broadcast industry and a bit of the sports a little more specifically, look, we know that there's no NAB physical show this year, but I'm sure it doesn't mean that you guys don't have plenty of new toys. So give us an idea of what was going to roll out at NAB, some of the new cool cameras that we can see on the market.
Absolutely. So we recently launched a new line of IP cameras. So we have these in Zoom block form, and I can show you this. And this is my playground. I get to come to work, close the door, and play with toys, right? But so this is a 30X optical zoom, remote adjustability via IP. This one has high vision SRT support. We have NDI support product, and we have standard IP. So H.265, but also active HDMI and SDI outputs, all simultaneous to go into different workflows or capture or archiving and that kind of thing. So our 420-30X Zoom block, we have two versions of this, one full UHD 60, as you see here, and then we have an SDI version as the HD range with 3G SDI output, HDMI, and H.265. Some people may use the IP for power and control and take it SDI workflow or HDMI, or take it all through IP and live stream to Facebook Live or YouTube Live, and all of our IP cameras are easily integratable in those platforms. And then I have two PTZ cameras. Now this one will be our flagship version. So this is a 30X optical zoom camera, IP H.265, 264, but also all the way up to UHD 60 capability. So we have this 12G SDI output simultaneous with all the other outputs available, and including IP. There will be an NDI version of this that will have the new NDI platform, whether that's 4.0 or 4.5, releasing at the later part of the summer. So not only are these good in broadcast, but we also serve a large market for coach video, for formation analysis, archiving, for the NFL, recruiting from college and archiving and supporting in that fashion. So for coach video, broadcast, obviously sports, when sports come back, we have some new versions here now. Obviously, esports is big for us, and it's grown in such a huge fashion in the last couple of years. So we're working on little kind of pan tilt heads for our little POV camera.
Oh, cool.
So this will be remote adjustable, something that might go up on the monitor for a picture-in-picture of the player, or located at different parts of the arena for esports. So we're always looking to add ways to use our products more efficiently, and to add those accessories and mounts and interfaces that they're easily integratable with different applications.
Yeah, some very cool little toys there. And I'm sure that we're going to see more of those, because look, when live sports come back, and they will come back, it's going to be a different feel on the compound. We're going to see, I would assume, a lot more unmanned cameras, a lot more bodies on site. And you would think that that's going to bring in more tools like you guys are offering. So how do you see that evolving? How do you see live sports productions evolving and maybe embracing more of these POV, pan-tilt zoom, and unmanned cameras?
Well, like you said, I think everybody's eager to get sports back, and to get competition back in our lives. Sports is such a big part of all of our lives, whether it be our kids playing sports, professional sports, college sports, watching it on TV as a background noise, or watching intently with your favorite team. But we've always been big in sports, but it's going to be a slow process back, I think, right? So yep. You're going to have, and a lot of these, like Major League Baseball is talking about coming back with no audience, which I think, to me, means more cameras, right? So more of an interesting perspective, because if you're not going to have that 11th man, if you will, right, or that the extra element of crowd noise and cheering and that kind of thing, you're going to have to add a more interesting experience as far as video goes, and also with sound, right?
Right.
So maybe there'll be some up close sound. And a lot of these things were tested in the Super Bowl, and other large events, the Pro Bowl and that kind of thing. So we already see remote broadcasting in networks like Pac-12 Network or ESPN and their college applications and outlets. So I think you'll see more of that. I think you'll see more cameras remote observing and controlling, a lesser crew on site at the arena. And at first you'll see the no fans experience, which is going to be interesting. But I can't wait. Any competition is good. Let's get back, right?
Yeah, let's just get people on the field again, right? Just even if there's no fans, we all can't wait, I'm sure. And I'm sure Marshall's going to play a role in how all that gets covered. So, Tod, I really appreciate you taking the time. Thanks so much. And our best to the entire Marshall team. Please stay safe, stay healthy, all right?
You as well. Thank you for having me.
For more episodes of SVG Sports Tech On Demand, stay tuned to sportsvideo.org and the SVG YouTube channel.